The heavy rain which had deluged Melbourne over the Christmas period and at one stage threatened the start of the third test match cleared away to a beautiful sunny day, and it was magnificent conditions when the teams went out to practice. Australia named Bruce Yardley as 12th man, and England chose John Lever, and this of course gave Alan Border, the young New South Welshman, the chance of playing in his first test. The experts, or so-called experts in the box, decided that this wicket, after all the rain, would have to be a little fiery and aid the seamers. Graham Yallop, on the other hand, when he won the toss, had no hesitation whatsoever. He decided the wicket was going to be easy for batting, and he chose to bat. Let's see who was right.
Proceedings are about to begin from the southern stand end. Bob Willis, batsman Graham Wood.
The first ball of the third test. Appeal for leg before straight away, but not out, umpire at the far end, and umpire French at squarely. Both them to Darling. And the first run of the match, yes, the way for a single as Emery feels. So Darling is one, Australia none for one. And out towards the third man boundary it goes. A chase there for Gower. He's very, very fast, but the ball may do it. It's very close. And four. And listen to that roar from the Melbourne crowd. It is four, Darling one, Australia none for five. And clear for court and not out, not out.
And as far as the Australian hopes in this game are concerned, it is very important that these two batsmen get their side off to a good start.
And the indicator showing the new bowler is Willis from the far end. He'll bowl to Darling. Darling was the man in Perth who was knocked flat by one from Willis attempting to play it on the onside. And we see here that Boycott is down at the boundary at deep backward square leg. Taking a single, there's a run here and an underrun by Emery with a 3 for 1. That wasn't a bad call that time. Well, that's the first bounce.
That's been a wide.
A wide as a ball. The batsman can't play from his normal position. I doubt if he could play that one. And very, very close on outside edge.
Dear, dear me, Graham Wood.
And over the head of the fine leg coming down towards the boundary. Boycott won't get this. It's into defence for four. They're going for a single. Yes, well run.
Graham Wood looking a little bit more assured at the moment.
Again, they're going for the single, and Randall slipping over that time. I think would have been home, but Randall actually slid on the pitch area, way to the left as we see it, and it's a dark pitch area, and there may be just a suggestion of moisture there. Slow ball and well bowled.
Well, there you see the imagination of both of them once more. A very much slow ball with no perceptible change in action. Wood completely deceived by the ball that came into him.
Nice looking cut. The first cut shot played. It might not be four, but it's a long chase there for Gooch. Yes, they'll run three. Darling 7, Australia none for 21. Going for a single. Randall has a shot here. There's a misunderstanding. He missed the stumps. He was miles down the pitch. Had Randall hit the stumps, Darling could have just kept walking. He was halfway down the pitch, absolutely stranded.
And look at it again. This is what professional cricket circles call the London to Brighton race. Really is a case of being 52 miles from home with nowhere to go.
shot. Well driven through extra cover. That's racing across this outfield. Randall may just get this inside the boundary. They've taken 2 and back to 3. 41 runs on the board in just over 50 minutes of play. Darling 15 and Wood 20.
What a boost to the Australian morale this will be if these two batsmen can remain at the crease till lunch and put on a substantial opening partnership.
Well, there's a misunderstanding again. He must be run out. Missed. He missed again. He underarmed that ball from look how close he is, and he missed the stumps. And the hook shot, no ball. It's going right out towards the boundary. Over the fence on the first bounce. He got that one all right. It was a no ball. Taking a single, there's danger here. A shot at the stumps again, missed. Now that wasn't that far away either. Look at Darling how he finishes and Fieldsman on the ground, Randall, but Darling the batsman's down too.
You notice the centre wicket area there where Gower is fielding. It's going to make it very difficult for cover fieldsmen in this game. The wicket area at the MCG is not in good condition, very bumpy and sparsely grassed out there. And players like Gower and Randall might have some trouble with some awkward bounce out there. Pulled by Darling, a good shot. Long chase for Randall. It won't be 4. The batsmen have 2. Going back to the 3rd. And that's the Australian 50 on the board. And a very quick 50 indeed. That's well fielded. And a shot at the stumps, and Darling was pretty lucky to get back. Brilliant fielding by John Embury.
Let's have a look at that one again. Darling hits it hard into the pitch and it flies up to Embury's left. He takes it one-handed, swaps it into the right and has a shy at the stumps and causes Darling to stretch full length to make his ground.
Fine inside edge to that. That'll be 4 runs. Willis is far too wide at fine leg. Darling to 31. Wood 22. None for 60.
Both openers are playing particularly well and there's little or no movement in the air whatsoever.
Botham to Wood. And he hooks. He gets it down into the ground very quickly. Boycott fielding at fine leg. Wood's coming back for the second. And will run. Botham back to over the wicket for Darling. Struck on the pad but playing well forward.
Pretty vocal appeal then by Botham. Not a bad appeal actually, because although Darling was well forward, you could see him cut right across the line of the ball, but there appears to be little doubt there that it struck him well outside the off stump.
He's got a fairly stiff breeze across him from right to left to help it drift in. Oh, well fielded again, hit the stumps. Or was that Taylor's gloves taking the bails off?
You'll see Graham Wood's got a habit of not being quite balanced. He's off balance and he's gone forward a little much, and this has been beautifully fielded, but he's safe back.
Englishman disappointed with that one.
I think I've got to criticise Englishman a little bit here on this style of thing. Gone high, hit him up near the forearm. The Englishmen in this match, and I believe in Perth, were making concerted efforts of appeal, sometimes when they weren't really necessary. You'll see again. And I believe the gamesmanship's coming into it too much.
Wood coming down the wicket. Darling backing up. He should be out. He is out. Run out. It seemed inevitable that eventually the opening partnership would go that way. And Graham Wood took about 4 paces down. Darling was stranded, and a simple return to the bowler's end.
amaze you. It's been on the whole morning, and I just cannot understand what sometimes gets into the minds of batsmen. The man with the bat's the man who should be calling. That time Rick Darling with the ball behind him took off, and he had no way that he was ever going to get back. Let's have a look now in replay. Down the wicket, couple of steps. Darling well out, no way at all of getting back, just a very simple regulation out.
Bob Willis getting some curry from the crowd, and Willis reacting to it. He was walking back with both and giving him some words of advice to start this over. Hughes facing his first ball. Oh, not a good shot, and he's out. Caught behind.
Tim Hughes indicating he hit his foot. Not very happy with the decision at all.
So Botham strikes a further blow for England, and a terrible blow for Australia. Following on that run out, Hughes out first ball, caught by Taylor off the bowling of Botham for no score, and Australia 2 for 65.
Let's have a look at now in replay. Who would have thought missed?
Driven full mid off. Good shot by Yallop. Long chase for Randall. Batsmen are taking their second quickly and will come back for the third. Yallop to 7. Wood 27. 2 for 74. Shot by Wood. That's gone forward a square leg and is rocketing out towards the longest boundary on the ground for 4. Driven past the bowler. A chase for Gower. That's racing over the outfield. That'll be 4. Great shot by Yallop.
And dropped by Brearley. Now I presume that was off the bat.
That was a sitter. That was a sitter. Remember in Perth. Now watch this again and go straight. A perfect catch for first slip. Watch this. There's the deflection. Straight to Brearley. Watch it.
That's the straight drive, and it's through. Beautiful shot from Yallop. That was a magnificent drive. The timing was there. Down through second slip. That's 100 up for Australia. At least 2 here. That Yallop's just satisfied with 2 as both in fields. Australia 2 for 101. And he's lofted it. Good shot. Right out, over the infield. Very confident shot from Yallop. He played for that. He goes on to 31.
Extremely confident looking Graham Yallop in this innings. Oh, and they almost played that on. Comes right down behind the stumps. Boycott fielding from fine leg. Yallop coming back for the second. He'll have to go. And he's home. And that's the 50 partnership between Graham Yallop and Graham Wood. Batsman out in the Australian innings. Darling, who was run out. 83. Second time he's been run out in the series. The batsman out on the top left-hand corner of the scoreboard. And Kim Hughes was out first ball, caught by the keeper Taylor. Off the bowling of Botham for no score, and both wickets fell at 65. The only successful bowler on the right-hand side, Botham, 1 for 20. A single, Randall fielding, picking up brilliantly. He's a delight to watch in the field. great catch at second slip by Hendrick. What a magnificent catch. And Botham breaks through to take his second wicket with the Australian captain, Graham Yallop. Caught by Hendrick off Botham for 41 and Australia 3 for 126.
Was indeed a very good catch. Almost a reflex catch. Here's the delivery again. Botham fairly close to the stumps, wide of the off stump. Yallop tempted beyond endurance, flashes a bad shot, and there's Hendrick coming across with his right hand in front of Brearley to scoop up a chance that probably wouldn't have carried as far as Brearley. It was not a very good stroke from Yallop.
Stepping back and giving himself room. Nobody in the deep, really chasing for the first slip. They have two. And that's all they'll get. Woods 50. Tui again being crowded. Embury bowls. Tui off the mark. Wood 51 facing Embury. That pad is it. Close infield is confident and very dejected at the decision.
Well, let's have a look at it ourselves. Did it hit the bat? Well, I don't think I can tell from here.
And again a loud appeal from all fieldsmen close to the bat. As Wood stepped back then to back cut. Let's watch the replay of that.
Wood indicated hit him on the pad. It's a poor shot here. Yes, I think he may have been right. I think he's very lucky he didn't get bowled, in fact, because it must have went over the top of the stumps.
Good shot from Tui. Head well over the ball, and that'll trickle into the fence for four. Botham straight a little bit wide down the leg side.
That's out.
Really has dropped Tui again. That's the second catch that Captain Mike Brearley has put down, much to the disgust of the bowler Botham. Let's watch it again.
Slow slip catches don't come much easier. Yes, that has to be the perfect height, the perfect position, and it's dropped out. Peter Tui was walking. We'll have a look at it from another angle.
Ball just left Tui a little bit off the pitch. He was a bit close to him to cut, and it came knee-high to Brearley into the two hands and just popped out.
And wide of second slip, I think that's going to be four. A chase for Brearley. That one really travelling across this outfield. And Wood goes on to 69. 3 for 173. Well, this time he's onto it, but it's only a single straight down to Gower. Wood 71. 3 for 175. Those three are Darling, who was run out for 33.
Boys, there's a run.
There's an overthrow. That's the 50 partnership.
Well, that is very slack fielding on England's part. The ball came in and Taylor, wicketkeeper, rather leisurely, and nobody backed him up. So another run to Australia.
And a couple here, a chase for Gooch from the slip area. And look how fast this ball's travelling across the outfield. Completely different to what we saw in Brisbane and Perth.
Well, Bowley and Botham. It's a good delivery and just short of length and just outside that off stump. He lets the ball lift. See how high that lifted and just missed the top of the bat.
Randall. A phenomenal catch. So Tui caught Randall. Old Miller for 32. Wood is not out 75. It's 4 for 189, and that was a sensational catch.
I never gave it a thought. I did not give it a thought, and here's the replay. He's only lifted a couple of feet off the ground. And Randall dives to his left. What's this catch? Really, when he hit the ball, I didn't think it was on at any shape or form. And I mentioned earlier that this English side is the best fielding side I've ever seen, and I didn't really think I'd expect to see a catch like that. Incredible catch.
And that's out through mid-wicket, and it's landing inside the boundary. They've taken 2. Let's see if they want a third. Yes, they're going for the third one on the throw. And Gar's return comes into the bowler's end, and he'll have to hurry. He does, but he's through. Hendrick to bowl to Wood. There's the indication of the breeze. It's a southwester, so Hendrick coming downwind. They're going for a run here. There's danger, and Randall shot. There was nothing in that again. Was there a single there? They've got the... Should they have done it?
I don't know what's got under these fellas. Watch how short, he just a little push. The fieldman Randall, we know, is a great fielder, very fast. He's not very far away, and it's quite obvious that Border's the man who called there. And look at Wood at the other end looking around to see if he got in okay. Stupid running. It's been on all day.
Well, that's better. If Border decides to come down the wicket, it is better to play the drive rather than just try to smelt the ball. It's a long way to go for no result.
And that's in the air. That's close to a 6. First bounce into the fence, forward of square. And that's a big hit out there.
A good shot there. The ball dropping short from Miller, going down the leg side. Border quick to realise it was short, was onto the back foot and hit it very well indeed. There's no danger at all. There are no fieldsmen out there.
This is over number 63, and the second new ball becomes due after 65 overs. Border on one knee, and he gets it fine of Boycott. The ball racing away from Boycott. I think he'll get it inside the boundary. The batsmen have 2, and he won't get it. Going down on the one knee.
Pretty good shot too. It's well controlled, as you can see. Right along the ground, wide of the fieldsman. Border showing pretty good judgment in this, his first test innings. He's picking the ball to hit, and that's very important.
Border on 11 facing Embury. Goes for it again, and this time it's square of Boycott, and that's 4 more. Well, Boycott's given away the chase. The ball is pulling up. I would think Randall would have reached that 30 yards inside the boundary.
And the batsman has stopped running.
Well, the previous shot seemed to run away down the hill away from Boycott, and that one pulled up noticeably. Oh, hesitation again. Gower, the underarm throw. Border made it. If Gower had thrown to the bowler's end, Wood would have been in all sorts of trouble.
Oh, Wood has this terrible habit of going down the wicket and stopping without calling. Here he goes down, and then he calls, stops. Oh, dear, what a mix-up.
Willis is trudging away towards the outer. Turns now, prepares to bowl to Border. Oh, what a delightful shot. What a delightful shot. And that'll stream away into the boundary for 4. Embury no chance of catching that, but what a glorious shot that was, straight out of the textbook. Border was back and across, head well over the ball. Let's watch it again in slow motion.
Good old-fashioned back cut. You can't see it played much better than that. Border's taken that left foot right across. See, what's this? The left foot's gone over, rolled the wrists on top of it, and he's timed that beautifully.
He really swings his hip into that bowling action, doesn't he, Ian Botham? He gets beautifully side on.
He's a huge man, but he's very subtle too. He manages to turn his body around into the right position. I think if we could watch him come up now, You see exactly what Paul Sheehan pointed out here as he moves in. He gets to the bowling crease, right sidearm, looks over the left shoulder.
And that's off the edge. But it landed just short of that grasping left hand of Mike Hendrick at the second slip, and it will trickle into the fence, much to the delight of the outer. And Captain Mike Greeley has a long trot down to the gutter to pick it up. Great anticipation in the crowd at the moment. Of course, they want Graham Wood to reach his century. But Mike Greeley taking a bit of time to reposition the field and just make Graham Wood aware of the fact that he is close to his 100. I'm sure he needs no reminding.
Yes, he's obviously decided he's going to make it as hard as possible, particularly on that leg side. He's brought in a man closer down there. We can see him picture to stop the two.
Botham now to Wood. Lovely straight drive. It's beaten the field. And that will be it. Boycott struggling to reach it. He'll pick it up just inside the boundary. And they trot through for the three. And what a magnificent performance from this young man. Maiden century in a test match against England. And a worthy opponent in Ian Botham congratulates him. Unfortunately, a few of the young men have seen fit to run onto the ground. But I'm sure the constabulary won't concern themselves unduly as they seem to be dispersing fairly quickly. What a superb innings this 100 has been. It's taken him 360 minutes. Nobody could deny that it's a slow 100, but what a valuable one for Australia. Placed 261 balls and hit 5 fours, and this large Melbourne crowd is very generously giving him a standing ovation.
Australia at 4 for 243 will be well satisfied with their first day's performance in the third test, and well they might be, because this was undoubtedly Australia's best day in the series to date. They showed a responsibility that wasn't apparent in other test matches, and I believe if they continue to do this, they're going to give the English team a great run for their money. The hero, of course, had to be Graham Wood. It was a magnificent innings, a little out of character, but still he stayed there all day, and it was a type of innings Australia so badly wanted. But spare a thought also for the captain, Graham Yallop. He's been under enormous pressure. He was very brave in sending the Australians into bat, and it came off. When he batted himself, he played an innings of great character, an innings that set Australia, I believe, onto the road to this very, very big score. Tomorrow, we'll have to look ahead. I believe Australia will need something in the vicinity of 400, 450 to feel really safe on this wicket. If they get that, then I believe they can certainly win the third test match.